I guess I'm still struggling with this guru thing, and kind of feel lost, feel disconnected from source, and like my vision, kind of my sort of I don't see as I used to see,
Okay.
and it's kind of been like emotional roller coaster, I guess, related to all the eclipses that was been, but yeah, I'm still kind of like have this things coming up with authority and teaching, guruing, like you can
Excuse me. Ooh.
so much church.
I just don't usually come into it. Uh, but why is it so important to become a guru?
um, to prove your value.
Okay. So is being a guru the only way you can prove your value?
It's almost like only if I'm a guru, my parents gonna listen to me or something like that.
Ah, so this isn't really about you. It's about how your parents perceive you.
Um, I guess it's about being seen. Yes,
Yeah.
I haven't felt seen when I was a child, and still I don't feel seen by my parents.
Okay. So you might want to, well, when the replay comes up, you might want to listen to my radio show for tonight because we went into
Hmm.
that quite a bit. So, whew,
I know it's a big charge on that one.
yep. Are you willing to destroy the belief that you don't have value until your parents recognize that you have value?
Yes.
Whew. So remember, when you're doing what you're doing so that other people will look at you a certain way, other people will respect you, or other people will admire you, you're giving the power of your happiness and your self-esteem over to everyone that you want to look at you that way. So if you can do what you want and not be recognized by anyone, but still do it because it makes you feel great, then you're in this wonderful place of power for yourself. You're in this place where the whole world could tell you to fuck off and you'd still be happy. Right? And, okay.
Yeah, I would like to get to this place
Okay.
where there is no ego.
It's triggering a bunch of people. Whew.
Yeah, most of us was raised on this recognition. You're a good boy, you're a good girl, right? And without
Yeah,
it, it's hard to see the value.
yeah. But you also have to look at it from another point of view in that when people tell you you're being a good girl, you're being a good girl according to their value system, right? So depending on who you are and where you are, you could uh, you could treat someone really nicely, and then your parents could say you were a good girl, and then you could on for a completely different parent, you could treat someone else like crap, and they look at it as you standing up for yourself, and they'll say, "Well, you're a good girl." And it's completely opposite outcomes and you get the same praise.
I do understand on a mental level all of
Yep.
this. It's very clear from my mind, but in subconscious level, it's really triggering.
Okay. So, whew.
It's almost like also like this fear of abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's related in any way that if you have value, they're not going to abandon you. It's just it was triggered like a couple of days ago with my friend.
Yeah.
and it just shattered all my like world again. When I was like probably 4, my parents, I was sleeping and my parents left me and they went to cinema.
Yeah.
And I woke up and nobody was home and I just felt totally left. And I guess something really changed in this moment because I felt totally like not betrayed but left behind, kind of like abandoned.
Okay.
And lately, there was a lot of things coming up, and I was working with my friend, and we were doing clearings. And at some point, like she just said, like, "Oh, I'm getting tired of clearing you. Like, I pick up a lot of energies and a lot of intensity, and like just a lot of pain in my body." And she said, like, last time I getting tired of someone, I didn't speak to her for 5 years, and it just shattered my world because she's my best friend. And she said it, and I just immediately felt like I don't know, I'm 2 years old or something. And I yeah, it just brought so much emotions and so much pain of um, being abandoned, feeling like that I'm going to be abandoned again. So I almost like cut the communications before that. It's almost like this pattern that I see, that I cut communication, so I cut the relationship before I got abandoned, but I still feel abandoned.
Okay. So, ooh.
I know that's a
So
lot.
if you don't show that you have value, will you be abandoned?
Yes. It's like almost it happens with every relationship. Like I
Yep.
give up my value, the people use this value, and it's not true, I know, but that's how it like looks in my world, right? I teach them everything, I gave them all the knowledge, and they leave me. So they took everything they need from me, and they just leave.
You're getting all muffled up there. But okay, I'm a little confused. Is the problem that when you show value, you get abandoned, or if you don't show value, you get abandoned?
It's like it's almost the belief that if you don't have value, nobody needs you, nobody wants you, nobody loves you, right? You
Okay.
have to have value to be loved. But when you have value, they come, they take everything they teach, they learn from you, you give everything you have, and then when they have everything, they just leave you.
So that's an interesting story you've created for yourself there.
I know, exactly, right? And my mentally, I understand that it's pretty much bullshit, and it's still playing since childhood.
Okay. So are you willing to destroy the belief that when you give value, people will just take it without giving in return?
Yes,
Are you willing to destroy the belief that if you give value, people will only be around to use you for that value?
yes.
Are you willing to destroy the belief that if you don't show people you have value, they will abandon you?
Yes. Yeah, it's almost like I have to prove my value to people.
Yeah.
Something like it's yeah.
You have to, it feels like you're constantly having to prove that value.
Yeah, yeah. And that's very exhausting and annoying. It's almost like I don't see my own value, so I have to prove to other people that I have value.
Yep. Okay. So, what if you could be in a place where you know you have value, but you don't have to prove it?
That would be very cool.
Okay. So, how would that change how you interact and relate to other people?
Um, how would change it? I think it would change like a lot of things. I would be just kind of present without trying to be interesting, but become interested or not interested in people. But
Okay. And does that feel comfortable? or does that make you anxious?
If if I can be if I can be free from proving it,
Yep.
no, it feels very light.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay.
It's almost like I'm never good enough, never good enough. I still have like I'm still trying to prove to my mom that I'm good enough to be loved.
See, but if your mom is really loves you, she's going to love you no matter what you do. You don't need to prove yourself to be loved by your parent. If she can't love you in that way, it's because of issues she's got that she's projecting onto you.
I do understand that, Shiraz, everything on mentally like thing, on psychology, psychological thing, I do understand.
Okay.
But there is some hidden pattern in me or some hidden story that runs and still like,
Okay.
just put me on my knees when the moment comes, right? And
So, are you willing to destroy the belief that if you don't constantly prove yourself to your mother, she will abandon you again?
yes,
And when it comes to interacting and reacting to your mother, how old are you being?
uh, about four.
Okay. So, are you willing to step out of being four and being your actual age now when you interact with your mom?
Yes.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
It's
So
only
that
this feeling that somebody's always knows better, that I'm not enough. No matter how I know, no matter what I do, it's like it's just never enough. I'm not enough. I don't have value. Like I'm not enough.
okay, but that's the story you're creating for yourself.
Yeah. I
So,
think I created a long time ago. Yeah.
yeah.
It just
So,
keeps
are
playing.
you willing to step out of that story
Yes, I would love to.
now? Because you get some people that are in that I'm not enough story, and then some people go into the I'm too much story.
I
And
have I have both of them actually. I'm not enough and I'm too much at the same time.
so you've got to go to that Goldilocks place and be just right. So
Yeah.
are you willing to create the belief that you are just right, just how you are now?
Can I? Yeah, I would love to. I just don't know if I can.
Remember, creating or destroying a belief is as simple as just making that decision to do so. I know it seems like it should be harder than that, and if you think it's going to be a lot harder than that, it will become harder than that.
Hmm.
Once you get to that determined place that this is how it's going to be, that's how it becomes.
It's almost like there is some very deep subconscious belief that like I cannot change, right? No matter what I do, I won't be like
Okay. And if you want to believe that, that's up to you. But are you willing to destroy the belief that there's nothing you can do to change?
yes, please.
Because the truth is, as much as you think you can't change, there's always aspects of you that are changing. So when you start to recognize that, you'll know that you can change every aspect. You just have to allow that to happen. But the parts that you're focusing on, saying that's never changing, that can't change, that's always stuck. Those are the parts that get stuck because you keep saying that and thinking that. Oof, wow, resistance there.
Yeah, all my head like right now, and lots of pressure around.
Yeah.
Lots of pressure.
So are you willing to destroy the belief that the things you want to change are too hard and take too much work to change?
Yes. It's almost like I can bring change in everybody else's life, but I cannot bring change in me. It's like I cannot heal myself, right? I cannot clear myself. Like I need help. I'm like helpless. This kind of energy.
Well, if you were able to change easily and quickly, would you still need to do what you do?
If I probably not.
Yeah. So are you keeping yourself stuck so that you can stay on your path?
Yes.
Okay. Are you willing to step out of that story and know you can stay on your path even if you change?
Yes.
Okay, how's that feel?
Yeah, and there is some release of energy. The pressure is lowered. It's
Okay,
not so intense anymore. It's not from 10, it's probably lowered to 6.
okay.
It's almost like I cannot do anything. It's not like I can't. Yeah, I cannot do anything without approval of my mom, and I never got actually approval of my mom.
Okay.
Right, my relationship, like I know that she does never ever approve any husband or any man of me. So all my relationship, for example, like yeah, it's somewhere like if she cannot approve it, I cannot do that. If I cannot be that, I need her approval.
But you don't get her approval.
I never get her approval.
Okay. So,
In anything I do, is like in anything I am and anything, I never get her approval in anything.
okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that you must always seek the approval that you will never get?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear you. I
I said
apologize.
let's let that process then. See how you do.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome.
Hey, this is Shiraz. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. And you can check out upcoming events at www.energeticmagic.com. And remember, be well, be aware, and be magical.